Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE 2k16 Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz, and what better way to start off tonight's episode with our new General Manager of Raw making his first appearance on Raw in quite some time. It's been a long time for Christian away from the red brand, but he returns here tonight. In fact, it might be a little bit more over a year ago that Christian was on Raw, but he returns home here tonight. And he's your new General Manager of Raw, announced on last week's episode of WWE Main Event. Vince McMahon looking to shake things up, and he's done that indeed. They've not only shaken things up by a new GM, but there's now a Survivor Series draft coming up, and there will be a Raw versus SmackDown match at Survivor Series. And tonight, Christian, he's going to shed some light on who will represent Raw at Survivor Series and what will be his first act as the GM of Raw. Christian has some big pressure on him as GM. He needs to perform. He needs to turn things around for Raw. He needs a win. Let's go see who his choice is. First of all, it is great to be back on a real show. A show that actually has potential. A show that is actually going to fulfill all of its expectations. It is Monday Night Raw. It is great to be finally away from SmackDown, where that idiot Edge continues to run that show into the ground. But I'm back here on Raw. I am home, and tonight, as my first act as General Manager of Monday Night Raw, I have a huge announcement to make regarding Survivor Series. At Survivor Series, Raw will be crushing SmackDown because the two men that I have in mind tonight will beat anybody that SmackDown throws my way. So as the rules stand, my picks have to be someone who has never held a world championship throughout their career. So my picks tonight are going to have to take each other on. I got two guys in mind, and the winner of that match will go on to represent Raw. And not only that, they will be safe from the upcoming draft. 5 superstars will be safe from Raw, and the winner of this one will be the first. So tonight, we're going to see Sami Zayn take on Rusev one-on-one, with the winner representing Raw at Survivor Series. So here's a quick recap of the Survivor Series draft rules that is coming up after Survivor Series. Each brand will have 3 picks. 5 superstars can be saved from the draft. Champions cannot be picked. The ratings winner will earn 1 extra pick. The winner of the Survivor Series match will earn 1 extra pick, and former world champions cannot be picked in the match for Survivor Series. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are 2 weeks away from Survivor Series. We now know Sami Zayn versus Rusev is gonna happen tonight, with the winner representing Raw at Survivor Series. But we have some other big matches in store for you as well on tonight's show. It is going to be a big one. We're coming off NXT TakeOver, so if you did miss that episode, make sure you go back and check it out. This week, Ryback goes one-on-one with Dean Ambrose. Charlotte, she needs to find a tag team partner because at Survivor Series, she will team up with someone to take on Sasha Banks and Paige. Tonight, she's going to see if Natalya is the right person for her. The right partner for her should be taking on the Bella Twins with Natalya. So that will be an interesting contest to see there. Can they pick up a victory? Maybe they will form a team at Survivor Series. Tag team action as well. Cesaro and Batista take on Nakamura and Jericho. Cesaro meets Nakamura at Survivor Series, and Batista meets Chris Jericho one-on-one there as well. Sami Zayn goes one-on-one against Rusev. As you now know, the winner will not only be representing Raw, but they'll be safe from the draft, so they will ensure that their future is right here on Raw. They're not going anywhere if they can win that match. Rhino will go one-on-one with Curtis Axel as well. Big opportunity for Rhino, coming back last week and having a big victory. And our main event, well, AJ Styles requested this one. He wants some revenge against Finn Balor. He's not going to get Balor tonight, though, but he will get the rest of the club. Gallows and Anderson meets Rollins and Styles. Ziggler will be in Styles and Rollins' corner. Balor will be in Gallows and Anderson's corner. So that is a preview of what to expect at Survivor Series. That is going to be a hellacious tag team match. Plenty of tension between those two teams, as Ambrose picks up the victory over Ryback. And can Charlotte find the right partner? Is it Natalya? Or maybe they get the win here tonight. Maybe Natalya is the right fit for Charlotte at Survivor Series. Our other tag team matchup this week as well. Cesaro and Batista get the victory over Jericho and Nakamura. Jericho's just been struggling a little bit as of late. Cesaro getting some momentum himself. Rhino versus Axel. And the returning Rhino, his first match on Raw in some time, he picks up a much needed victory. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The former United States champion, one of the up-and-coming rising superstars here on Raw. His name is Rusev, and what a competitor he has been since coming to Raw from SmackDown. He has won the United States Championship. He held it for quite some time. A pretty decent reign from him. He's no longer the US champion, but he still is one of the very best here on Raw. And I think he might be the perfect fit for this match for Christian. Obviously, the person who does compete in this match at Survivor Series to represent Raw or SmackDown cannot be a world champion, but Rusev, I think, is on the cusp of becoming a world champion. That's the perfect superstar you want, someone who is at that world champion caliber status, but hasn't held the title yet. So Raw is very lucky they have someone like Rusev that they can call upon. I mean, that he has a mean streak to him, he's very aggressive, and he can use that to try and channel that anger at the SmackDown opponent. His opponent tonight, though, Sami Zayn, getting some momentum for himself as well. Many say Sami Zayn has a huge future here on Raw as well. Could potentially become a world champion one day, just maybe, who knows. Sami Zayn would love to get a victory over Rusev tonight and kind of catapult himself here on Raw. But some say Sami Zayn going to SmackDown wouldn't be the worst thing for him. So maybe, just maybe, a loss here wouldn't be all that bad. Potentially opens him up to being a part of that draft. Many believe that Sami Zayn has just been unable to kind of crack through this US Championship division here on Raw, and the World Championship scene obviously locked up as well with plenty of major stars there as well. So there's not really many opportunities for Sami Zayn to kind of break through here on Raw. So many believe Sami Zayn getting a bit of a change of scenery on SmackDown wouldn't be the worst thing for him. But hey, you win this match for Christian, that will give you plenty of opportunities as well. If you can defeat Raw at Survivor Series, I think Christian strikes me as the kind of guy who would kind of scratch your back a little bit if you scratch his. So if you take out SmackDown, you get Raw an extra pick, you kind of make SmackDown on a worse opposition, because we know how much Christian hates Edge right now. I think Christian will reward you very greatly. Who knows, Sami Zayn could get straight up a world title shot. Let's change that fact that he's not a world champion. If you win this match, who knows what could happen for you. So Rusev and Sami Zayn both know that. And Rusev, he's been on SmackDown before, hasn't had much luck. Sami Zayn has yet to be a part of the blue brand. Rusev's career has really sparked here on Raw, and everything that he's accomplished has come here on Raw. And obviously, it didn't harm him that he had the former general manager, The Rock, in his back pocket. But Rusev's been quite fortunate here. But you have to say, Rusev, his ability, he's the one who beat Dolph Ziggler. He's the one who's had all this. All these accomplishments come his way because of how good he is, and he's beaten so many great superstars because of how good he is. So you can't discredit Rusev. He's had a tremendous year. Many believe if he can keep this form going, he could be in line to become the breakout superstar of the year. He's had a tremendous run thus far, and big right hand there to Sami Zayn as down he goes. Sami Zayn, on the other hand, well, every time he just starts to get some momentum going, he just can't quite get the win to seal the deal. He's had a few opportunities for the US title without much luck. And some guys like Nakamura leapfrogged him. Cesaro now as well. And, there's plenty of guys. Rhino's a big threat to Sami Zayn as well. There's plenty of guys there to kind of make you wonder whether or not Sami Zayn can kind of bounce back here on Raw and overtake them and become that US champion, or even get himself in the main event scene. So that's the trouble for Sami Zayn. As we said, a win here tonight may just boost him up there. And we can tell you right now that as the ratings stand as of this video, Monday Night Raw won Week 1 and SmackDown has won Week 2. But Raw still has a healthy lead, a 1,200 viewer lead on the ratings battle. So currently Raw is in front, and that would mean that if they can hold on to this lead, they will be earning an extra draft pick at Survivor Series. So that is a massive, massive advantage for Raw right now. Obviously picking up AJ Styles last week from last month's victory. They've obviously had a great run of it, and they are really building a great roster here as Sami Zayn planting down Rusev. Had a chance to finish him off there and get the pinfall, decided against it. So Raw's already had a great month, and if they can pick up another ratings victory, things are just going to continue to go their way. But SmackDown only 1,200 viewers behind. There is a chance that they can bounce back from that in the next coming episode. So if you're a SmackDown fan, don't worry too much yet. There is still a chance they can bounce back, but they're going to need a big finish before Survivor Series. It's a close battle though. Generally, looking at previous months, generally Raw at this stage has a major lead, and SmackDown can kind of crawl their way back towards the end, but generally Raw, perhaps at this stage, might have a 3,000 or 4,000 viewer gap. So the fact they've only got 1,200 viewer gap, that might suggest that SmackDown might be able to steal the victory this month. And reminder, SmackDown has only won 5 out of 30 brand versus brand encounters. So that is in the ratings battle. So that is obviously a clear domination by Raw. And SmackDown, they definitely need a victory, because otherwise, as we know, SmackDown General Manager Edge is a little bit under the pump due to his poor ratings. Rusev now suplexing Sami Zayn. So at Survivor Series, there is the potential here. Let's say, for example, Sami Zayn wins here tonight and he goes on to defeat SmackDown superstar, whoever that may be. We'll find out next episode who that is. Whoever that is, if Sami Zayn, for example, goes on to beat them, well then, look, Raw will have the potential to have 5 draft picks instead of 3. SmackDown will only have 3, and that is a major advantage. You get 2 extra superstars that you can poach from the other brand. So they don't just get to pick someone from NXT, they get to pick anyone they want who is not saved from the draft from the other brand. So, you know, let's say, for example, a big name like a Bray Wyatt isn't saved from SmackDown. Raw can take Bray Wyatt and he could be joining Monday Night Raw just like that. And obviously, once a superstar is picked, the other brand cannot pick them back. And the brand that wins the Survivor Series matchup, the brand versus brand match of Survivor Series, will have the first pick in the draft as well. So it's only a potentially at maximum 5-pick draft for one brand, at least minimum 3 picks each. So a lot of you guys are thinking it's a full-blown draft. It's just a bit of a mini draft. So I'll be telling you guys more details about it as we find out more. At the moment, Sami Zayn with a boot in the face is kind of raking it across the face of Rusev. Chance now for Zayn to capitalize here. Rusev is down. Sami Zayn thinks he might have him here. He's going to go for it. Trying to apply the pressure there to Rusev, who just comfortably kicks out at 1. So not much there for Sami Zayn. Not much luck at all for him. But Rusev back to his feet. Lana there as well, distracting Sami Zayn. As you can see, Sami Zayn coming to talk to Lana. Well, I don't know what he's talking to her about. Maybe he's asking her for a date or something. I don't know, like that. And Rusev's going to make Zayn pay. Landing viciously on the back of his neck. And oh, went for the super kick again. Rusev missing. Second time tonight. Rusev's tried to line Zayn up for a big super kick. He hasn't been able to connect with it. Now Rusev has a hold of Zayn and a knee to the head. And now he's got Zayn up. And look out. A tilt-a-whirl slam. Is that going to be enough? Rusev thinks he may have him, but Zayn will kick out at 2. This match continues. It stays alive. Rusev desperately wants to become the man to represent Raw. He's done it before in the past without much luck. You go back to Bragging Rights. He was a part of that Bragging Rights team that took on SmackDown. And Rusev didn't get it done. Did not get it done on that occasion. So maybe Chris Jericho in the back of his mind might be a little concerned that Rusev, due to the fact that he hasn't been able to get the win done, maybe he's concerned a little bit that Rusev may fail him again. It's a big risk, but you'd have to say Rusev, in my opinion, is probably a safe choice. Again, of course, if you're kind of wondering why some names such as Nakamura or Cesaro haven't been mentioned, it's because anyone that has a scheduled match at Survivor Series is not eligible to be a part of this. So if you're wondering, that is why. And look out, an Alabama slam by Rusev. Sami Zayn harshly falling out of his back with his neck bouncing off the mat. Trouble here for Zayn, but he'll stay in it with a kick out at 2. So just to finish that point off, so no former world champions and also anyone that has currently got a match scheduled at Survivor Series is not eligible to be a part of this brand versus brand selection. Elbow strike there by Rusev. And Rusev just kind of running into Sami Zayn and just knocking him down. stomping away as well, looking to try and keep that advantage that he's got going and keep the pressure on Sami Zayn. An uppercut there by Zayn. Now Zayn from behind, and Zayn this time launching Rusev. That's impressive. Rusev's no small man. Sami Zayn bringing out some of the big moves here to try and keep Rusev down. But again, Lana distracting Sami Zayn. And Rusev's going to try and take advantage here. Grabs a hold of Zayn, plants him down. Trouble now for Zayn. Rusev potentially to represent Raw at Survivor Series. But decided against to go for the cover. I thought that would be a perfect time to try for it. Rusev deciding against it. Instead, Zayn connects with the right hand. Now, Rusev in trouble. Ducks underneath. Sami Zayn clotheslining and turns Rusev inside out. And now Zayn heading to the top of the rope. What has Sami Zayn got planned here? Zayn, look out! Big splash! Zayn's got to cover him. He's not going for it. Zayn had a chance there to put Rusev away. That's a major mistake in my opinion from Sami Zayn. Snapman now. And now looking to slow things down when he just started to quicken the pace a little bit there, put the pressure on Rusev and kept the big man down. Now Sami Zayn looking to kind of slow things down a little bit and try and establish his control a bit, but he already had control. Not sure what Sami Zayn's trying to do here. And he's going to pay for it. Rusev back on his feet. Fights out of the hold. And now Rusev, he's going to do the same back to Zayn. And Rusev now, he can definitely reevaluate. Sami Zayn had Rusev in a beatable position. Trying to have to line him up for that Blue Thunder Bomb, or perhaps look for the hell of a kick in the corner or something along those lines. Look for a big move. The splash at the top kept Rusev down and out. Sami Zayn making a crucial error. Zayn though, it might not be too late for him. Bridges through off the suplex, and Lana, oh come on. Lana grabs the leg of the referee, and I don't think the referee is all that pleased. I mean, the referee had a chance to remove Lana from this match, but deciding against it. She's going to stay out here for the time being. Sami Zayn's not happy at all. He's just throwing bombs into Rusev, connects with a standing dropkick from behind. Got a little bit ahead of himself trying for the second one as well. Didn't quite work out. I think he missed it by a while. Bit of an air swing from Zayn. Now Zayn looking for a high-risk maneuver. Flying over the top and landing on Rusev. But Rusev straight back to his feet. Not really affected there by Zayn at all. Now again a suplex bridging through. This time didn't hold on to it for the cover. And Lana brings a steel chair into the ring. Steel chair will get Rusev disqualified. Rusev, I think, has been cut open after that knee. So a steel chair won't exactly help out too much. Maybe she's trying to sucker Sami Zayn into using it, forcing a disqualification. And Rusev now! Big kick! Almost kicking Sami Zayn's head off with a super kick. And that could be it right there. And it is. Well, just like that, Rusev absolutely smashing Sami Zayn's head in with that big kick and crushing him, and picks up the victory. Rusev will represent Raw at Survivor Series. Rusev back with a big victory here tonight, bouncing back after losing the US title. Now tonight, he has secured his place here on Raw. He is the first man officially safe from the upcoming draft, and he will face whoever SmackDown picks next episode at Survivor Series. That is a massive victory for Rusev. Sami Zayn, I felt as though he had a chance. He was really in this match. A couple of crucial errors let him down. Rusev took advantage. And that super kick is absolutely deadly from Rusev. With so much power behind those legs of Rusev, you get kicked in the jaw or in the head, you're most likely going to be out cold, let's be honest. And Sami Zayn felt that. Zayn, I just felt as though he could have done it. Just some crucial errors, as I said, costing him. And here it was from Rusev. He followed up there with that strike into the super kick, and that was lights out. See you later. Rusev victorious tonight, and now safe from the draft, and will represent Raw again at the upcoming Survivor Series pay-per-view. Time for our main event tonight here on Raw, and it's going to be a huge tag team clash. As we prepare for Survivor Series again, we have a big opportunity for either team to secure a victory before the big event. Here comes Seth Rollins, a former WWE champion. And you'd have to be crazy not to save this guy on your brand, Seth Rollins, and the man behind him, Dolph Ziggler. Seth Rollins, I don't believe has ever been on SmackDown throughout the series, so Seth Rollins has really made Raw his own. And he's been one of the longest serving Raw members, if not one of, probably perhaps the longest. He's been on Raw since the beginning of the series and has not changed brands yet. So if Christian can spare a save, if he can, you'd have to probably save this man and the man next to him, Dolph Ziggler. Two guys who are in red hot form, and you'd be crazy not to keep them on your show. And this man as well, who just joined Monday Night Raw as of last week. He actually will be eligible to be picked for SmackDown as well. So Christian, he might have to try and burn a save to keep the newest member of his brand. Because you wouldn't want to lose AJ Styles that quickly, would you? They just signed him. They used their signing from NXT that they won last month. They used it on AJ Styles. But I tell you what, there's plenty to talk about with AJ Styles tonight. You notice there is no championship belt in his hands. That is a rare sight. It's a sight that I have to try to get used to seeing. I was actually a little bit surprised when he came to the ring tonight. I was expecting the belt, but he did not have it because of this man and his crew. The Balor Club. It is Gallows, Anderson, and the champion Balor. Balor in the background tonight. It's not about him tonight. He's in the side role, but it certainly was about him at the NXT TakeOver special, where AJ Styles lost the NXT Championship due to the distraction by Finn Balor on that night. Finn Balor wanted some revenge after losing to Styles last week on Raw, and he's sick and tired of hearing about AJ Styles. He's tired of people saying that AJ Styles has got Finn Balor's number. Finn Balor wanted a bit of revenge, and what better way to do it than by taking away the very championship that AJ Styles actually won by beating Finn Balor at NXT Arrival. Gallows and Anderson tonight versus Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. Balor ringside, as is Dolph Ziggler, as this one gets underway. So with the upcoming draft, it is quite possible that Gallows and Anderson could be leaving the brand. Obviously, Finn Balor is a champion. He's exempt from the draft. But Finn Balor could potentially lose his sidekicks. He could potentially lose his team, his club. They could be gone, and Finn Balor could be left to fend all by himself. And you've got three guys who hate your guts. That would exactly be a great thing for Finn Balor at all, would it? So I'm sure Finn Balor is probably talking to Christian every moment he gets to try and ensure that Christian keeps the Balor Club. So I think I have failed to mention, but in the draft, tag teams will go together. So obviously general managers will have the option to choose one member of a tag team and split that team up, but they can choose both members of a tag team or a group. So a recognized stable or group can go together. So for example, the White family, all members of the White family can go in one go. The Balor Club, that would be the same deal, but Finn Balor will obviously be safe, so Christian can pick up the last two remaining members of the club if he wishes. And there's Gallows in there, attempted suplex, Rollins with a counter. And Rollins with a big kick to the side of the face, a nice enziguri. And now we'll bring in the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Here he comes, the former NXT champion. Hard to believe he's the former champion. Bobby Roode, the new champion. Styles is officially a part of Raw. And we believe now his time in NXT is pretty much up. He's now decided, look, I want to focus on taking out the Balor Club. I want to focus on Survivor Series. And the only way I can do that is by leaving NXT officially. So his appearance at NXT TakeOver 2 will be his last, potentially. There's a big kick to the back there of Gallows by Styles. So AJ Styles has certainly plenty of beef with the club right now. And Gallows and Anderson now get their first chance to get in there with Styles. And obviously a bit of history with Gallows and Anderson. And Finn Balor. And with of course, AJ Styles. AJ Styles was actually a group, a bit of a tag team with Gallows and Anderson in Japan before joining NXT. As Gallows now picks up Styles. Look out! Grabs a hold of him and slams him down. And Gallows using his power and strength to overcome the former champion. So Styles is now in the big time. Last week pulled off a monumental upset, making it 2-0 between Styles and Finn Balor. One of the only men to have ever beaten Finn Balor here on Raw has been AJ Styles. Now Anderson from behind picks up and slams down Styles as well. So chance here for the Balor Club to pick up a victory and really establish themselves as the likely favourites at Survivor Series. You'd probably have to say they are anyways. Ziggler and Rollins, their relationship is still a little bit shaky. So far so good in recent weeks. They've been able to deal with each other pretty well. But you have to say the inclusion of AJ Styles could just change that completely. I mean, AJ Styles, not much a relationship with Rollins or Ziggler. And they just have to try and trust that AJ Styles is going to be the man for them. Is AJ Styles here to actually take down the Balor Club? Or is he here to try and pick up a WWE title opportunity? You have to kind of question the agenda of Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler as well. What is their intentions? Do they want to be champion? Or do they want to try and beat the club and vanquish them from the brand? Rollins now rolls through. Look out! Big kick to the head! Anderson's down. A chance now for Rollins to win this match. Anderson just kicks out at the nick of time in the counter too. Keeps this one going. So of course at Survivor Series, whoever pins Finn Balor, if he is pinned, will earn a WWE Championship match. Rollins now, feeling confident. Hit the suplex now. Here it comes. The curb stomp, get the hell out of the way, referee. The curb stomp. Anderson's cut open as well. It's going to be over. Styles has to get there, but he can't. Gallows breaks it up, saves the match, and the referee caught in the crossfire. Well, we knew that was going to happen. He's an idiot. He's a stupid idiot. Continuously gets in the way every time there's something going down. I mean, Seth Rollins is trying to hit the curb stop. The referee gets in the way. No wonder he gets hit in the crossfire. Good riddance. As Gallows taking down Styles to the outside. Rollins now trying to deal with Anderson inside the ring. Hit the curb stop before. Anderson's in major trouble. Seth Rollins could quite comfortably defeat Anderson right here if he can take advantage. But it's Anderson trying to fight back now. Styles and Gallows still battling away. AJ Styles might want to try and take a cheap shot at Finn Balor as Anderson hits the cutter. And that might be it right there. Carl Anderson to win this match. Rollins in major trouble, but Rollins kicks out. Wow. Kicked out at 1. That's Anderson's best shot. And one of his best shots, and Rollins is kicked out like it was nothing. Anderson hasn't really done much to Rollins as of yet. It's really been Seth Rollins in control. Now Gallows re-enters this match. The big man in the group. A beautiful standing drop kick there by Seth Rollins. Down goes Gallows. And now AJ Styles will re-enter this matchup. Dolph Ziggler watching on. Hasn't had to get himself involved as of yet. Finn Balor's been pretty neutral at the moment. He's just been happy to watch on. Watch his club go about their work. I think he's pretty confident. Styles, look out. Exploding with a suplex. Into the corner. Nice power there from Styles, picking up the big man. Luke Gallows is no small man. Styles showing us what he can do. And now, the leg lock on Luke Gallows. Couldn't pick up the submission. He was close to the ropes regardless. And Styles is going to get out there quickly. So a quick tag to Rollins. I'm not sure if that's the wisest idea. I think Rollins could have used a bit more of a rest. Styles only in there for under a minute or so. As now Rollins gets hit there with a reversal by Gallows. Anderson, he's about to re-enter this one. So I'm not sure if that's the wisest idea either by Gallows. But Anderson's had a bit more of a break. And cut open by Rollins beforehand. Anderson, though, countering into the DDT. And now Anderson might be looking for that cutter again. Anderson wants Rollins up. Here it comes, perhaps. Yes, connecting. Anderson with a massive cutter. Rollins in massive trouble. And he kicks out again at 2. Wow, Seth Rollins is having none of it. The former champion. Twice Carl Anderson has hit 2 of his best moves, and Rollins has acted like it didn't even affect him. Big kick now to the chin of Anderson. Rollins now. Is that super kick going to be enough? to win this match. Gallows is coming. He'll break it up, and I'm not sure where AJ Styles is going. He's climbing to the top of the rope. And Styles, well, to try and take out Gallows instead of climbing to the top, so it didn't really help out too much there. Had a chance to win the match there. And now instead Rollins is going to be in the corner. Here comes the tag. Gallows is in. And look out. Gallows, full head of steam with a big right hand. Luke Gallows now. Where the hell's he going? He's on the second. Look out. Dropping down on the Rollins. AJ Styles watching on. Not much involvement from him here. Gallows and Anderson in complete control. Seth Rollins isolated. He's in trouble. Rollins has been able to kick out of two of Anderson's best moves. But if Gallows can somehow connect one, that could be the match winner for them. Now Rollins back up to his feet. Gallows grabs a hold of Rollins. Plants down with a huge spine buster. Oh boy. Seth Rollins. Lights out. No, he kicked out at 2. I thought that would be it for Rollins. But he's managed to stay in it. Styles slow to get there to help out. Now Gallows setting him up again. Styles is going towards Anderson. He wants a piece of Anderson. Meanwhile, in the ring, Gallows has just taken out Rollins. Picking him by the throat. Picking him up and slamming him down with a sit-down spinebuster. And picks up the win. Well, Styles really no help at all for Rollins tonight. And Seth Rollins was just taken out by great tag team work by the club. And is this a sign of what is to come at Survivor Series? Rollins was good, but the club was just one step ahead. Finn Balor watching on, and he can appreciate the performance that his man did tonight. They were terrific. The Balor Club, I think, are ready. They are ready for Survivor Series. They'll meet Styles, Ziggler, and Seth Rollins in a traditional Survivor Series tag team elimination match. Rollins, he was good. He was very good. He kicked out of Anderson's best shots. He was very impressive. But when Gallows got in there, twice Gallows just picking up Rollins and absolutely smashing him into the mat. Not much he could do. Styles nowhere to be found. He was too busy focusing on Anderson, as you can see here. And he just picked up Rollins. Look at that. Boom! By the throat. Sitting down into the spinebuster, and that was brutal. And there's your winners, ladies and gentlemen. The Balor Club win tonight. Can Styles, Ziggler, and Rollins get it together for Survivor Series? Or will it be too late? Find out in the next episode of Universe Mode. If you did enjoy it, please, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button. Hit it right now. Let's get a like on this episode. If you are enjoying Monday Night Raw, make sure you support your favorite brand. Continue the support here, guys. Make sure you subscribe to see more episodes coming away soon. Well, if you thought Raw was the only brand getting a superstar from NXT this month, think again. Next episode, SmackDown announces their brand new signing from NXT. Who will it be? They'll also announce who will represent SmackDown against Raw at the next pay-per-view Survivor Series. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at BrendenPlayz, and I'll see you all next episode.